If you want a premium 7-seat SUV, you need to spend megabucks. And, for Land Rover fans, that means pitching in for a Discovery. Spotting a gap in the market, Land Rover discovered that a cheaper 7-seat Discovery could be a gold mine, and they were right. The 2017 Land Rover Discovery Sport C4 represents the petrol-powered entry level to Land Rover's 7-seat offering. It's big enough to accommodate 7, while also still capable off-road, a key for any vehicle wearing the Land Rover badge. The svelte design follows a rising belt line that converges towards a sloping roof line to give the Discovery Sport the sporty look some buyers are after. Like any Land Rover, a stack of design options are offered to further enhance the proposition and make the car that little bit more special. Our test car was finished with the graphite pack, which includes 18-inch graphite alloy wheels, contrast roof and graphite exterior highlights, all for a reasonable $2,160. Inside the cabin, a recent update has added Jaguar Land Rover's new infotainment system called InControl Touch. In the entry level, it measures in at 8.0 inches and includes function and speed updates over the previous system. But, strangely, it doesn't come with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Instead, you need to download the InControl apps, which then allowed the infotainment to mirror and display smartphone features. Shortcut buttons flank the infotainment screen and allow quick and easy access to parts of the infotainment system. Climate controls then sit beneath the screen with dual-zone climate control offered as standard. The steering wheel sits nicely in hand, but the buttons located on the wheel feel very rubbery and cheap. They're virtually the same across the Jaguar and Land Rover lineup and bring the feel of the car down substantially, especially when some presses are not recognized and a second attempt is required before they work. Storage throughout the cabin is excellent with a generous glove box, storage within the dashboard, large door pockets and rear seat storage. While the rising gear selector is cool, the space around it seems to be excessively used to house the selector. Perhaps a traditional gear selector would use less room and allow for extra center console storage. Safety is a top priority in the Discovery Sport with a 5-star Euro NCAP rating and a host of airbags that stretch all the way to the third row. There's even a bonnet-mounted airbag to protect any pedestrians that step out in front of the car. It also comes standard with autonomous emergency braking, AEB, and a lane-keeping assistant that will lightly steer the vehicle back into its lane. The lane-keeping assistant is one of those annoying features you end up switching off because it often doesn't work as intended. That's not just limited to Land Rovers, though. Being a 7-seater, you'd expect there to be plenty of room in the second and third rows. Not quite. The second row is accommodating, but adults will find leg and toe room slightly compromised.